tried making these videos. Again, something just keeps happening. It's refusing me to make the videos. Sometimes the phone overheats because it's so hot over here nowadays. But anyway, why would someone want to choose God? Why would I, for example, I'm sure we've all had these things we believe in. We've had our own ways of thinking, ways of being, up until a particular point, and it's like now you meet someone who's telling you that choose God, choose God, choose God. But then, why would someone actually want to choose God? Why should I now, drop everything I've ever known and learned, and then now just pick up something else from someone I don't even know? And here's the thing, when you choose God, you're coming into another kingdom, because you're basically now letting go of the old ways of thinking, being, and then now you're coming into another kingdom, God's kingdom. And you can learn more about this in the scriptures, yeah? But why someone would want to come and choose God is because God will do things for you that you can't do for yourself. He'll do things for you that no one else can do for you. Here's the biggest difference. He does it lovingly, when for example, let's say you've struggled, you've messed up, and some things like that, and then he lovingly forgives you. He lovingly opens himself up to you, so that now you can come back to him. Him being able to forgive your sins, him being able to provide for you, take care of you, all these things that he is, and all these things that he does for us. It's not just kawaida things. It's actually with love. When he punishes, for example, he does it lovingly. When he provides, he does it lovingly. Like, let's say, for example, you really want this guy or this girl, and you're like, Lord, please, yeah. You know how we are sometimes. And then God, he could be saying no, because he's like, I have something better for you. And he may not allow that thing to actually develop and go somewhere. And it may hurt, it may hurt and be like, God, why are you doing this to me? Why are you not letting? But here's the thing, God knows all things. He sees the end from the beginning. So now what God is doing is he's basically seeing, if you go this way, that person may destroy you. They may make you go do things or bring you down a path that is not, good for you. And he does this lovingly. We may not understand why he does what he does. We may not, like why he does. We may not like what he does. Like, for example, when he says no, when he says wait, we don't like these things. But he does it lovingly, because now when you do come to that person that the Lord wants you to have, you will realize that all those times that the Lord was saying no was because he was trying to bring you to something better. Let's now take an example of, like, you want to go to your dream school, you get your dream job, or these things. He may say no, but he's not saying no to hurt you. He's saying it's lovingly. You get, it's not to harm you. He even says in his word, my plans for you are not to harm you. No. Jeremiah 29:11. My thoughts towards you are of good and not of evil. Thoughts to give you hope and a future. He's basically saying he knows best. He's not trying to harm us in his nose and in his ways. He's trying to lovingly guide us towards better. Because, we may not understand it in those moments. We may not be like, God, why? And he understands. Because, we're human. We always want to know everything. But, here's the thing. God lovingly, tries to guide us towards something better. And it hurts. But the thing is, that hurt can actually help you when you really think about it. If you can use that to your advantage to, like, become stronger, or to learn some things, trust God more, you'll realize that through all that, he brings you towards something so wonderful, so amazing, that you would have never been able to get to that place by yourself. And that's the thing. He's not trying to hurt us. He's not trying, he's not trying to like, be like, nah, you look, I'm God, like, I'm so powerful, I can make you, not get what you want. Nah, all of his thoughts towards us are of love, are of good and not of evil, to bring us to an expected end, an end where we can be satisfied and happy. And ultimately, he's bringing us towards himself in heaven. And this is why you should choose God, because all of his actions towards us, all of his thoughts towards us, everything he does for us is lovingly. He lovingly cares for you. He lovingly chooses you. He lovingly does what he needs to do for you. Even if it's no, even if it's to punish you, yes, he can lovingly punish you. It doesn't make any sense. But when you come on the other side, when you reach that other side of trusting him, of having faith in him, just when you really do these things, you will realize that, man, God really is good. Have you ever seen those people who they raise their hands so high when like, let's say you're in church, they raise their hands so high, man, they really feel it because they know what God has done for them. And it's also now that it's basically like, that love he pours towards you in that breakthrough or whatever it is you need from him. When you do get it, you will see that it has some sprinkles of love, because that's just how God is. That's who he is. He's literally the literal expression of love, and he loves each and every one of us. So why would we choose God? Because he will do what's best for us, and he will sprinkle that bit of love on top. Look at the story of the cross, man. Which person would ever go through that for another person? There is no one who would ever die for some of their teachers. Me, I know for sure that some teachers, me, those ones I don't see again, But God, he had no reason to come down. But love is what brought him to that cross, and love is what kept him on that cross until he said, "It is finished." Until he fully paid for your sins, for my sins. And now we can get to enjoy who he is, and as we wait to now make it to heaven, So this is why you should choose God. He does everything out of love. We may not understand it, we may not like it, but in the end, we will truly see that God really, really is about what he says he's about, So we can trust God. He's someone you can trust. He's someone you can love. He's someone you can count on. And he will always take care of you lovingly. That's the difference. You can go anywhere. You can go do whatever you want. You can go do all these things, but it won't have that, that sprinkling of love that you can get if you choose to go to the Father. For example, let's say you're going through like a heartbreak, you could choose to go and, drink, you can go smoke, you can go do all those things, you can go to that place, do those stuffs with those people. But when you choose to go to God with a broken heart, he will do something for you. You will find that he pours his love into you, that you're like, wow, okay. It's not actually so bad. I mean, it may still hurt, but it makes it a bit more bearable. You realize that there's something on this other side, that's Christ's love, which will fill you up, which will wrap you, and which will, make sure you're good. And he will not leave you until he has taken care of you. That's the God we serve. So that is the difference. He does it lovingly. Everything he does towards you is filled with that extra amount of love, because he really does love us. So we should act on this love and choose him, because you're never finding anything like Christ. Ever. You will never find it on this planet. You will never find it anywhere. So we should take advantage of this while we still can, because time is running out. And he really is worth it. That's the thing.